Salut à tous, donc je suis ici en compagnie de John Makdessi ici au Tristar. Thank you very much, John, for this interview.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, John, what is your background in martial arts?
I started with Taekwondo at the age of 6. Started to compete, won local tournaments, gold medal, multiple championship, and then my first sensei closed the gym down. And then after that, at the age of in my teenage years, I picked up Shotokan karate. I started to practice in Shotokan, competing in Shotokan. Did very well. Then I got my black belt, and then I was getting a little bit bored, and then I got introduced to full contact kickboxing, Canadian style, above the waist. I became an amateur champion in kickboxing, 22-0. I found another great teacher, and then then he couldn't teach me nothing no more. Kickboxing was dying out, and then at the age of 23, 24, I started to watch mixed martial arts. Back in the days, it was Pride. I was a big fan of Pride. Mikko Krokop was a big inspiration, and then I just fell in love with the game. And now I've been training out at Tristar Gym for a few years now, and I'm in the UFC, and I'm living a dream.
So today you are 13-3 in MMA. Yeah. You won your last fight at UFC 186. You won in the first round against Shane Campbell by TKO. Did you expect to win by knockout in this first round?
I mean, a fighter, the only thing a fighter can expect is to work hard, believe in his skills, and go out there and perform. That's the only thing a fighter can focus is 100% effort. And I told myself mentally, physically, if I work harder than everybody in the gym, I truly believe in my skills. I do my homework, and I believe that I've God on my side. I don't really care what happens. So for me, it's about going out there and performing, and if the knockout is there, the knockout was there, what I mean? So I'm very grateful that I was able to go out there and perform the way I train in the gym. I work very hard.
I remember that you celebrated, with a lot of energy this victory. Yeah. It was like a kind of relief?
Of course. I mean, this game is very hard, mentally, physically. It takes a toll out of you. I dedicated my whole life to this. I'm fully committed to this. I sacrifice a lot. So it's a roller coaster ride. Me personally, I'm an emotional fighter. I'm emotionally energized. And I'm driven from my heart. So I put everything into this. So to go out there and to dream about it, to give the fans an exciting fight, and to finish in a spectacular fashion. For me, and especially with a guy who's Muay Thai champion, yeah. Shane Campbell was a top competitor. I mean, this guy, you look at his history, this guy is a top K1 fighter, much more experienced than me in the striking department. And, I beat him in his own game. And for me, that's a big honor, for me, it's not about fighting the opponent. For me, it's about fighting myself, The battle is within the mind. It's not, everybody has battles. Every day, it's a fight, what I mean? So being a fighter, I'm a human being, I'm a fighter, so for me, it's more deeper than just what meets the eye. It's more layers behind it.
So Khabib Nurmagomedov was expecting to fight Donald Cerrone at UFC 187, but he got this injury, and you will fight Cerrone for. So you're replacing Khabib Nurmagomedov. What is the story behind it? The UFC called you just right after the news?
Well, the funny thing how all that happened was on Twitter. People are saying John Makdessi should fight Donald Cerrone. So I call up Hector. I say, Hector, why, see what's going on with that stuff. My manager, Hector Castro, another great guy, he calls up the UFC. The opportunity presented itself, and I took it. I mean, it will be, if I said no, I mean, opportunities like this don't come, don't come, I mean, and 155 division, my division is the hardest division in the 155, it's the hardest division, the most talented, most stacked division, so I'm fighting a guy like that, for me it's an honor. He has a name, he built his legacy, now it's my turn to build my name and build my legacy.
Is it, how do we manage, a short notice fight like this? Because you fought 3 weeks ago and you will fight next week, so in this short, yeah.
I mean, professional fighter, you gotta be ready all the time. I don't believe in training camps. I don't train like every other fighter. I have my own system. I'm consistent. The key is to be consistent. I've been training all my life, I've been training all my life. I've been born for this, so I'm I'm not worried. You know, two weeks notice, 3 weeks notice. My job is to be all the time ready. When the UFC calls, I gotta take the fight. That's my job.
Okay. So what do you think about Cerrone? How can you describe this fighter?
Like I said, I respect him a lot. You know, top competitor. You know, accomplished a lot in the game, and it's gonna be his skills versus my skills. You know, it's gonna. I'm gonna mentally is for me. It's gonna let me know where I'm at in this sport. You know. Because I want to be a champion. My goal is to be a world champion, you know. So he's a top competitor. So for me, this is a great opportunity to test my skills, to test where if it's how you say it, like if you know if I deserve the shot, you know what I mean. So this is an opportunity for me.
What do you think you have better than him?
You know what? It's not about being better or the strengths. My goal is to fight my fight, and he's gonna fight his fight. The better man is gonna win.
All right. One question about this Fear the Fighter thing, you know. Yeah. Were you affected, you know, during your camps by all this story, you know?
I mean,
focus,
yeah,
you know?
Unfortunately, everything with the whole company, you know, people don't understand. Business, there's going to be all kinds of drama, there's going to be all kinds of stuff, you know. I was the inspiration behind Fear the Fighter. I was never a part of the business. My name was implemented for some reason because my brother was involved in the business, but I was never involved in the business. I never made no money from the company. If anything, I was helping the company because of trying to build a brand. I was trying to build a brand, and you know, people are gonna blame, point fingers, you know what I mean? But people are not educated. They don't understand, you know what I mean? So I know who I am. I can sleep at night. I never stole money from nobody. I was never involved with the business. I was just the inspiration behind Fear the Fighter. I was literally the inspiration, you know what I mean? And that's all I can say, you know what I mean?
Do you have other hobbies, you know? Because, you know...
This is full-time.
Full-time?
Full-time.
MMA, martial arts?
All day, every day. I live it, breathe it, sleep it. That's it.
And do you watch, you know, fights? Do you like to watch fights, you know, when you stay at home?
I watch a lot of fights, you know, but old school fights. I'm a big fan of old school fighters, you know. I love boxing. I'm a big fan of boxing. You know, just I like to study. You know, I like to keep my mind sharp. For me, it's about this. It's all mental. Life is mental. You know, so mentally, you know, I just try to enjoy every moment. You know what I mean, and just try to be a smart fighter. And yeah, I study fights. Of course, you gotta study footages. It's part of doing homework. You know.
You said that one of your inspiration is Mirko Krokop. He did his comeback last time in Krakow against Gonzaga. Yeah. And he had this revenge. What do you think about this comeback?
I mean, Mirko Krokop is a legend. You know, I mean, this guy is a legend. You know, I mean, nobody did what he did. You know, K1, mixed martial arts. He was a karate guy in the background, in the past, boxer. You know, like he's a true martial artist. You know, and that's a guy like that is a perfect role model. You know, and that's what I try to bring to the table, to be a good role model, to be a good inspiration. You know, it's martial artists is a way of living. It's a religion, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not just, we're not just fighters go and fight, you know, you have to be respectful in the cage and outside of the cage. You have to live your life in the righteous way, you know? And I try to live my life in a righteous way.
Thank you very much, John, for this interview. One last word?
Yeah, I just want to say merci beaucoup pour tout mon français, toutes les fans, et je t'aime.
Thank you, John, and all the best for your fight at UFC 187 against Cerrone. Thank you.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup.